Good evening, and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Lindsay Warner. More than 200 voices are expected to chime in on a hot topic in our city, the proposed new zoning bylaw. The idea? Condensing zones to pave the way for denser housing options within Edmonton. While opinions are split, the focus today is for council to hear from those in favor of the new bylaw. Travis McEwen reports.
In the past couple of years, our vacancy.
The war between Israel and Hamas escalated today, with Hamas firing a barrage of rockets at Jerusalem and Tel Aviv, and hospitals in Gaza inching towards the brink of collapse due to the lack of water, fuel, and medical supplies. One Israeli airstrike hit the crossing from Gaza to Egypt. Canada is still working to get about 300 Canadians and their families out of the territory. 5 Canadians have been killed in Israel, and 3 are still missing. Israeli authorities have ordered the evacuation of villages in northern Israel amid concerns the war could spread to a new front. Also today, Israeli officials updated the number of hostages being held by Hamas from 155 to 199. Ottawa says it's doing all it can to get Canadians out of conflict zones. Today, it announced that 30 people, mostly Canadians, had traveled from the occupied West Bank to Jordan by bus. Paul Hunter has more.
At Rough.
Well, as the weather turns colder, Edmonton shelters prep for their busiest season. After the break, we take you to a job fair where hundreds turned up to answer their call for help. Suncor's CEO Rich Kruger took the hot seat in front of a parliamentary committee today. The spotlight was on him as he delved into Suncor's strategic shift from oil and gas production to investments in net zero emission technologies.
In terms of the transition to net zero via non-oil and gas opportunities, we are focused on areas where we have core competencies, such as...
A man has pleaded guilty to second-degree murder for killing a sporting goods store worker in Edson during a robbery. Brent Dumas was initially charged with first-degree murder in the killing of Cordell McClellan. The court heard Dumas went into Indominus Sport on November 4th, 2021, intending to steal handguns. Today marks the launch of Alberta's seasonal flu and COVID-19 immunization campaign. And the message from officials is clear. It's time to roll up your sleeves and get that shot. Dave Gilson reports.
Liette and Jim Dietner decided to book ahead for their flu.
Well, not only is it cold and flu season, but as the weather turns colder, Edmonton shelters are also prepping for their busiest season. In preparation, Hope Mission held a job fair to hire dozens of new employees, and hundreds answered the call. Emily Fitzpatrick has more.
The lineup stretched down the block, hundreds of people waiting with residents.
Shelter space is also an issue in Calgary, and today 40 new women's-only shelter spaces opened up at the Mustard Seed downtown, more than doubling the number of existing spaces in that city. The Mustard Seed is a nonprofit organization offering shelter supports in 5 cities in Alberta and British Columbia. A new school gardening program in the city has kids getting their hands dirty. We're taking you to the first elementary school in Edmonton to hire a gardener in residence up next. I love it. Practical knowledge. That's what we all want, right? Well, a different kind of garden has popped up in Gold Bar. This one, it's haunted. This is where we leave you. I'm back again at 11. See you soon.